James Harden just broke an unbreakable NBA record, and nobody cared. That's right. To make matters worse, he did it in an empty arena for none to see. James Harden made his 2,794th three-pointer, passing Ray Allen on the all-time list.
We all forget about James, but let's not forget when Steph passed Ray, the whole league stopped to pay homage. Everyone stopped to pay their respect. And it served as a reminder of two things. One, James Harden is an all-time bucket. And two, people stopped caring about James Harden's accomplishments a long time ago. And that feeling has lingered.
The bench right now. Harden in there with the dance. That move is illegal in most every state except in Texas.
But here's the real question. Why? What really happened to James Harden's legacy? And is there anything at this point he can do to fix it? Look, man, it took 1,015 games to reach Ray Allen's three-point record, meaning although they played in totally different eras, James did it in 20% less time. The Beard has 10 seasons averaging over 30% from deep on an insane volume. I mean, we all remember that 2018-19 season. The man's averaging 36 freaking points, shooting 13 threes a game. He was a one-man offense. Let's not forget, the only squad to push the KD Warriors to the brink, and he damn near did that by himself.
23 from the field, 7 of those from downtown. Another 3 for James Harden.
I mean, look at this. That's like 5 feet behind the three-point line here.
This record-breaking moment, no one seemed to care. No big tributes, no standing ovations, no league-wide love.
Why, though? Is it just a burnout? Are people tired of Harden's drama, or does it go deeper than that?
To me, man, it's deeper. Think about it. He's left 3 teams on bad terms. Playoff meltdowns, that was part of it. And for all of his brilliance, people still see him as the guy that couldn't get it done on the biggest stage.
But there's also the Steph effect. Harden's great, but when you compare him to Steph, he's just playing in that guy's shadow. Remember the 1,015 it took James to pass Ray's record? Steph did that in 789.
That's facts. Because even after the game, James himself had something to say about it.
3-pointers made. It's Steph Curry and you.
Listen, I'm going to consider myself number 1. Steph don't count.
I'm number 1 because Steph doesn't count.
Hold up, phone. I'm about to feel like Soldier Boy for a second. Steph doesn't count? Drake? Nah, man, I'm playing. But Steph, come on, man, that's wild. But in a sense, low-key, he's not wrong. Steph is operating on a completely different level.
It's facts. It's class of his own. Harden just broke this huge record, but Steph's dominance is so overwhelming, it makes this accomplishment feel that much smaller. So what's going on here?
I think you got it exactly right, Ty. It was just the sheer speed that Curry was able to do it. I mean, Ray Allen forever was like, this guy will never be passed as the greatest three-point shooter of all time. He retires. Just a quick 2 or 3 years later, it's done, But to that point, we got to show you guys just how differently the league reacted to Steph's record versus Harden's.
When Steph Curry passed Ray Allen in 2021 to become the NBA's all-time three-point king, it was a moment. You were in the world's most famous arena.
MSG was packed that night. You had Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, and even Spike Lee courtside. It was like the Oscars of basketball.
And when he pulls up and hits bottom on that record-breaking 3, it's like the whole NBA world stopped. They stopped the game. The referee's like calling a timeout that no one got charged for. You know what I'm saying? His family's out on the court. I thought a basketball game was happening.
Facts, bro. I mean, listen, that's the Steph effect. That's the LeBron effect. Meanwhile, though, Harden's record-breaking shot, it happened in what felt like a Costco parking lot. All right, a couple fans were scrolling TikTok while it went down, okay?
It was wild. Steph's moment felt like a celebration of basketball. Everyone acknowledging what a milestone this was. But Harden, that moment barely felt like it was happening. I know it's number 1 versus number 2, but this is an unbreakable record we're talking about. So why does Steph's record feel legendary while Harden's feels forgettable?
It's not just the setting or the vibe. Really and truly, it's the narrative around these two guys. With Steph, people see him as the face of a revolution. He changed the way the game is played. Harden, people just see buckets and buckets and more buckets. But guess what? Buckets aren't enough anymore.
Exactly. Steph's three-point record felt like the culmination of his impact on the game. Harden's, for all his greatness, just feels like a stat. And that's what makes the difference.
Yup, exactly right. Steph gets a standing ovation at the Garden. Harden, on the other hand, man, he's lucky the janitor turns off the vacuum during the big moment.
But that's the thing, bro. Steph's success comes with a story everyone buys into. Harden's story is complicated, and we're going to get into why. Say what you want about James Harden. When it came to getting buckets, no one can take that from him. He's him. Let's talk numbers. 10-time All-Star, 2018 MVP, 3-time scoring champ, averaging over 30 for 3 straight seasons. And the only guy to ever drop a 60-point triple-double and NBA top 75 team.
Bro, he's not just scoring. He's doing everything out there. Man literally invented the step-back three. I mean, literally invented it. And then he rented out at a low price of $9.99 a month to the rest of the league. Like Luka, Tatum, all of them are rocking Harden's signature move. And let's not forget, he's led teams to the playoffs for 14 straight seasons. That's not luck. That's all-time greatness.
Listen to some of the stats we just said. 60-point triple-double? Who does that?
Nuts.
Who does that? 36 in a season? These are crazy numbers. And people don't call him a winner. But we just told you 14 straight seasons making the playoffs. I know that's not getting it done on the highest of stages, but that's making damn sure his team's in advance. But here's the thing. For all of these accolades, something about Harden's legacy has still been left unfinished.
Yeah, it's like we know he's great, but the conversation around him, it's never on the level of a Steph, a KD, or even the Joker.
And why is that? Is it the playoff struggles, the off-court drama, or is it just the way we look at scoring in today's NBA? So here's the question. Is being a bucket enough to cement your legacy?
If we're being honest, buckets will get you the stats, but they don't always get you the love. And for Harden, that's where things get complicated.
He definitely had it back in Houston. But we've talked about the greatness. Now let's get real. Harden's legacy isn't just about buckets and step backs. It's also about controversy. He's had his fair share, from his exit in Houston to the drama in Brooklyn, the fallout in Philly. It's all been messy. And that puts a big asterisk on how fans see him. But the biggest thing, those playoff performances. We cannot get past it. For all of his regular season dominance, people say Harden disappears when it matters most. That 36 in the regular season was not followed by 36 in the playoffs.
You're saying it right. Game 6 Harden is like a scary movie. Every time you think he's about to show up, the guy just disappears. And this is the thing. Let's not forget the infamous 27 missed threes of 2018 when the Rockets almost took down the Warriors, all right? Or when Harden dropped 11 points in the Game 7 against the Heat in Philly his last year there.
And as much as we remember the sidesteps and crossovers, these playoff failures really stick with people. Because when it's win or go home, that's where your reputation is built or broken. Then there's the way Harden's left teams. It's been rough. Houston demanded a trade mid-season.
Brooklyn, he bounced so quick, KD and Kyrie didn't even have time to make a group chat, bro.
And Philly, he called out the GM publicly as 3 franchises he's burned bridges with in just 3 years.
Look, when you burn this many bridges, you better have some solid handles to fall back on. Speaking of handles, Ty, what ball do you think Harden should be using to rebuild his game?
Oh, that's an easy one, bro. The official basketball of this program at Baden Sports, bro. If you're looking for control, consistency, and the perfect ball, you've got to go with the Baden basketball, the official high school basketball of states like Texas, Ohio.
Unlike James Harden in the playoffs, Baden balls don't miss. All right, so whether you're hitting step backs like Harden, just working on your jumper, cool, relaxing on a Saturday at the park, make sure you're hooping with the best.
That's promo code hoop_plug_ for 10% off at checkout. So, y'all, back to the video. Here's the thing. Every superstar has bad playoff moments. We get that, all right? But for James Harden, it feels like those moments are coming a little bit too often and defining him more than his regular season greatness.
Yeah, and those messy exits, they make it easier for people to write him off, no matter how historic his stats are.
So now the question, can Harden fix this legacy, or is he locked in as too late, just a guy who couldn't get it done when it mattered most? If you're asking me, the offensive impact alone is crazy. We mentioned Steph changing the game. James changed it too. You told me, Luka, Tatum, everyone's using that sidestep. Everyone's taking the step back too. The foul hunting, we got to put that on you too, James. And I ain't happy about it. But bro, the impact on basketball is undeniable.
You couldn't have said it better, man. But Ty, let's be real here. You know better than me. I mean, look at Chuck. Charles is a walking laughing stock. The guy was the MVP of the league when MJ was there, all right? And he does not get remembered because he never won a ring. So that's my point. But does that matter if no one ever remembers you as a winner?
That's a good point. The round mound of rebound actually has a career a lot like James Harden, even though they did totally different things. Obviously, James, the superior scorer, Barkley, the more well-rounded player. You're right. You got to win to be remembered in this game. And I'm just wondering if it's too late. You look at that Clippers roster, Kawhi? Where is Kawhi? I don't see it happening, bro.
We got to create a Where is Waldo version, but with Kawhi. I mean, he would be impossible.
Just search with the claw, like the Batman symbol, but it's the claw.
You know? Just search for the sound bite. Nah, but seriously, bro. You drive a good point. Is it possible to be salvaged?
I don't see it happening, man. That Clippers team is looking rough. I know they've been competitive, but do we really think they have the firepower to get it done in that loaded West?
Not with the team that they have. I mean, especially with the performances or lack thereof they've been getting from their superstars. And guess what? Sometimes the best ability is availability. And that's the Clippers' biggest problem. So if Harden's legacy is to take a quick 180, is going to need to do something quick.
Yeah. At the end of the day, man, the sad truth is Harden's legacy is complicated. His numbers are undeniable, but the perception that surrounds him just doesn't stack up. The NBA is a narrative league, and his is in the toilet. All right, y'all. What do y'all think? Make sure you're hitting the comments down below. Let us know. Is James Harden's career cooked? Is he a Hall of Famer? Or just another scorer in a league full of good ones?